2 women remain, 2 men remain. It's time for the final. Carissa Moore versus Johanne Defay. Another clean slate. 2 runs once again. 2 rights, 2 lefts, counting their best numbers. Big power blast from the 4-time reigning world champ into the barrel now. Chris winning this event in 2018. Defay runner-up in this event in 2019. Carve back to the lip again. Driving into the coping with a beautiful vertical snap. The youngest world champion ever pulls in. Late entry, that was critical. Flawless though on the exit. Lay back fade once again. That was beautiful to watch from Carissa Moore as she's looking for her 2nd title here at the Surf Ranch, winning a couple of years ago, Rosie, a 4-time reigning world champ. She kind of got herself to the final in a much different way from the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, she's had it all her own way. She kind of had to scrap back, especially in that semi-final. She really had to earn her place in this final. So now, fresh legs, fresh slate. Let's see how she performs in the final.
Pretty excited to see Johanne Defay repeating at least her result from 2019 with a chance to win this event. If Defay does win, we'll keep the theme of different event winners at every stop of the season on the women's side. Back to Carissa's start. Such
a gorgeous ensemble of maneuvers from Carissa. Great flow through the barrel section, gets deep. Now it's time for the rail work, Joe. Steady on her feet. Not overdoing it on this first run. I think she really wants to lay that foundation for the first go. Coming into the final as the 2nd seed, so she has to open up the scale for the judges, really set the scene for what we're going to see for numbers-wise.
That was so sneaky. She pulled into the barrel with that lip almost lining up with her head, but she knew she had time. Judges said they'll look at how critical your entry is to the barrel. And that was really fun to watch. Carissa Moore against Johanne Defay. These guys they're actually really good friends. They're staying together in Lemoore. They found a place to rent. They're hanging out together with their partners, preparing, but now it's all business time to see who's going to work out this final. You teach us that a lot too, Strider. Just a positive mindset, and you can create a beautiful world around you. Carissa Moore finding that beautiful balance of the hard work, but also the love of the game. There's sensors in this basin that understand if there's been water evaporation to keep this thing nice and leveled. That happens automatically throughout the day. Carissa Moore checking out the left now. Her win this season came at Newcastle with one of the biggest airs ever done on tour in the quarterfinals, and that was against Johanne Defay. A lot of spray on that turn. Quick fade again off the lip. Jams it again. Nice flow through the backhand snap. Clean float. She'll use that one to float again. Nice 3-peat of floaters to pull into the barrel on the inside. The reigning world champs got room for the wrapping cutback and the rebound to seal the deal. Run number 1 complete in the final for Carissa Moore. Into the excellence for the right at an 8.33, and still looking incredibly strong on the back end as well, Rosie.
Easy read and rhythm on that wave for Carissa. 8.33, that's a staunch start. I mean, the judges already awarding excellence for her on her forehand, her backhand. Love the slow flow and then the quick off the top here. She just takes her time, reads this wave so well. Drops the shoulder, hops back into the wave. A lot of spray, a lot of power. Carissa using those quads to engage her feet on the board. Just beautiful, lengthy bottom turn. This barrel super deep right there. And opts for this cutback maneuver, carving into the face and rebounding off the whitewater.
Carissa Moore putting in some beautiful moves on the right and the left. Johanne Defay qualified back in 2014, and she's been here ever since. Few big CT wins. She's never won this one. She's come awfully close. A couple of big hooks already. So much power. Hits every section with authority. Nice fun looking barrel out the back. Our comparison on the right to Carissa will be a 8.33 is what Riss got. Johanne trying to outdo that. Kind of feeling her way through those couple of points. Now back to business. Jams it again. Big power hook again. Almost pulling off a critical turn, but getting stuck. She's been pulling that off the last couple of days, risking the end of the ride. But right when that barrel started to take shape, she was stuck right in the lip. And Carissa will have the advantage. And run number one on the right. Let's see what happened here.
Well, we're just looking at Johanne Defay. She was getting into such a good roll. She was saddling up. She felt comfortable in the seat. Both hands on the wheel. She felt in control the entire time. Tucks in there. We're used to seeing her get extremely deep on that barrel section. Comes out. A lot of spray, Joey. I was just watching the fans of spray as they hit the back. See that one in particular. A lot of water squirting off the fins. Bang, just that outside rail catches. You see her eye line. She's eyeing off the next turn before she's done with this one. Look at her head. She's looking down the line instead of concentrating on what she's doing on that maneuver and looking down and really completing that move before looking for that next section.
A surprise fall from Defay, who's been so perfect this weekend. She does have one more right as she's still in run number one. Now it'll be up to the left.
She has progressed over the last few years in a huge way, and her boyfriend and coach are doing a great job with her headspace and her physical aspects to put everything together, and we're about to see her on this left, hopefully putting it all together again.
Strider, why don't you kick us off here, walk us through the left for Johanne Defay.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Johanne looking into this one intent, breathing really well, and she's up. She's going to get herself going down the line, set herself up for a nice open face backhand whip. There it is. Nice speed turn off the top. A little bit under it right there, looking for that open face. Let's see if she can bust the tail a little bit here. There it is. Oh, buckets out the back. Another big vertical slam right there. Another one. She is now feeling the rhythm of the wave. You can see her start to engage turn after turn. Nothing in between. That's what we want to see, is that flow and that rhythm. Here we go on the inside. Take it away, Joe.
Big whip again for Johanne Defay. Great timing right in the pocket. She'll lay low. Looks like she's in a perfect place to come out. Winds up off the bottom, and there's a nice clean backside snap to finish for Johanne Defay. Comparison opening run. Wrist one on the right on the first exchange. Carissa's left 6.83. That's what we're going to compare now, Ro.
Yeah, I mean, I think Johanne, she's going to edge out that score of Carissa Moore's on the left. Yeah, Strider just nailed it the way that she was able to release the bit under there. Still has that speed line over here. Really starts to wind up. Just these three turns in quick succession for me, just so solid. I like Strider's power with finesse. That's such a good analogy of Johanne surfing on her backhand and her forehand.
It's cool. Sometimes it's just the great timing that throws more water than anything else, and great technique. How deep was she on that one?
Just super deep, and that's all comes down to that timing. Like we said, if you kind of get a little hiccup at any point in this wave, it can throw off the rest of the run.
Numbers are coming in to set the scale now. Johanne Defay on the left, 8.7. So what a battle. Carissa won the right in the first run. Johanne wins the left. This is what you want in the final. Now it's up to this one for Carissa Moore. Needs an 8.55 to go right back into first. Won her first world title when she was still graduating from Punahou School on Oahu. Now a four-time world champ. Nice clean snap, snaps it again. Nice blast off the top, just keeping that flow and rhythm tight to the pocket. Judges always like the real steep sections. So she's not going to get way down the line. She wants to be right close to that breaking part of the wave. Slipping right into the barrel. Carissa Moore deep on this one. Laying down that carb, but she'll run out of room on the finish. So Carissa already had the 8.33 and was hoping for an 8.55 to take the lead. You feel like the 8.33 is going to be a keeper?
I think it might remain. I think, you know, when you look at the qualifying rounds or the bonus rounds, there was an opportunity to kind of miss that end section. But the way that they've upped the ante for the final, it's every little turn, every movement counts on this wave. And just such a bummer because Carissa had it all going on. But like she's looking to improve on an 8.33. That's already excellent surfing. So it's about kind of getting notches above that and getting the upper hand on her competitor. She did some great surfing throughout this wave. I mean, there is potential to improve on the 8.33 now that I'm having another look back at it. We'll see, Joey. What are your initial reactions?
It's a great read, Rosie, kind of looking back at it because she did fall in the finish, but she had so many majors right in the critical part of the wave. The tube was deep as well. And she just wishes she would have pulled that thing off. Just the transition got a little more square. And she was chasing that 8.55. It will be a 7.27 as we check out the final leaderboard. Riss versus Johanne, two good friends fighting for a title. This is it. One of the all-time greats, Carissa Moore, looking for her second win of the season. Been the most consistent surfer all year, kicking off with a big final at Pipeline. Getting things underway. There's the snap and finding a lot of momentum. Big wall now. Nice vertical climb. She'll have that flow back into clear water. Snap again for Riss. Beautiful arc off the top. Bangs it quite hard. Jams it, throwing some water. Rooftop float. So far, so good for Carissa. Here comes the inside bowl. Carissa pulls in. Has to hold her line. No mistakes. Out in front, backhand wrap, and she will stay on her feet. Chasing down the 7.05 to try to force Defay to get back in the basin.
Ooh, that was a good answer back from Carissa Moore. Oh, you can tell she just left everything in the water there. She's spent, Joey, and that's what we like to see, these competitors giving their all.
Johanne Defay just pacing her way there, keeping her feet wet because it's incredibly hot. She'll be on the Red Bull ski just in case she has to put up a fight, or will it be a victory lap? Judges making a decision here on the final. Reviewing the last of Carissa Moore. Lily Pereira, the head judge for the women, sitting on the far right.
And Joey, we get a lot of angles. We get the drone angle, there's a water shot. The judges just look at that front-on view. They don't get all the fancy takes that we get.
Backhand looks so solid, Rosie. I mean, 7.05, we're not talking even excellent range surfing. You feel like it was better than her first left of the final?
I do feel like, you know, it does feel just a touch better than that 6.83. There's a lot of water being thrown out by the fins. My only critique is the cutback on the last finishing maneuver. Let's watch how deep she gets in the barrel. She does get super deep, but then when she comes out here, this is that move that she's been going to, that roundhouse right there. It could, I mean, there's potential, Joey. There's definitely, it's not out the question, but how far it's going to go above that score or whether it's going to stay just under, I think it's going to go better than the 6.83.
Yeah, so not much in a 6.83 to a 7.05.
And I gave it my best. Probably not my best one of the whole time, but for right now, I gave it my best.
3 scores looking very promising. for a battle now for the win, and scores are in. 7.9 for Carissa Moore. She gets the lead. And now Johanne Defay knows she's got to bring it. She's already felt runner-up in this event before. She's ready to leave here with a win. She could get it on this wave if she gets a 7.53. She's had 9s in her past on the right. Surfer from Reunion Island starts with a power jam, belts it vertically once again. Battling for the big trophy here at the Surf Ranch. She'll fly through the pit. Kind of a setup carve there. Little whip back into the pocket. There's the coping. She'll just float it. Layback jam just to switch gears a bit. There's the good hack. There's the timing she was hoping for. Setting up the barrel early. Now laying low. Not super deep in the pit, but here comes the finish. Snaps it quickly, then lays it down.
Whoa.
That's been her favorite. 2-turn combo out through the barrel, snap, and then a frontside arc. Chasing a 7.53 for the win.
Wow, what a nail-biter finish. Nail-biter final. I mean, a seesaw battle. We'll see how that number plays in to this final exchange. This is the wave where Johanne had to make up that ground, because you think of her previous right, it's a 6.67. So this is where the room for improvement comes in. 8.7 on her left, looking for a 7.53 to take the lead.
That's what makes it interesting, Rosie. You already have the 8.7. This is where she wanted to turn this final on the right.
That's it. That's where she had that little bit of a glitch on run one. So tidying it up on this one. A lot of spray. You mentioned the power that she possesses. That's it on display.
Right there, though, she didn't go for that critical jam when it went hollow. She fell on it on the first run. This time she kind of pre-planned the barrel. So judges said if you're taking a long time to pull in, I mean, points will be deducted for that.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But also, in return for that, she does get 2 maneuvers on this inside section. So does she sacrifice depth in the barrel for the 2 maneuver option?
Also, I'm feeling the turns out the back. She's had bigger ones in the last couple of days. So maybe feeling the pressure of the final, knowing that that was probably the easiest route to turn. Nothing's easy at this stage, but you know, she already has the 8.7 on the left. So we'll see the decision from the panel in a moment. They have the 8.33 from Carissa on her first ride of the final as a big comparison. They also have Carissa's 7.27 to compare it to. Carissa's work's done, and one of her waves is actually on the screen in the judges' room. So they are making those comparisons of their scale. They look at that and they're saying, is it right there? Is it just under? They'll make a decision if it's going to decide this final.
Yeah, you just feel like the air's been sucked out of the room at the moment. Just everyone suspended, waiting for the number.
Scores are in for Johanne Defay, a 7.93, and she does it. The Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe champion Johanne Defay does it on the right. She's getting the news now.
There it is. She's your champ.
A champion here in Lemoore, California, and taking out the current world number 1. Defay came into this event equal 5th with Gilmore. She's moving up in the final 5 picture as we get closer to lower trestles. This is all for fun now.
Surfing with a huge smile on her face, taking this victory lap. Congratulations, Johanne Defay. Just such beautiful surfing. And this has been a long time coming, Joe. She finished runner-up in 2019.
And she's just going to let it go. She could have rode that whole thing. She's, you know what? She's spent. She'll lay down and enjoy this moment. Johanne Defay picking up her first win of the season and really putting a strong performance here at the Surf Ranch in Lemoore, California. Finals day continues right after this.